movie notes on The Sound of Music, 1965 film, to November 2024 viewing, 2010 edition, 45th anniversary. It comes with a huge package, multiple, there's like 3 discs here. Yeah, this is from the King County Library System. I put it on hold and then checked it out. And for this, I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And for this viewing, my description is it's a biographical film about the home life of the musical Von Trapp family in Salzburg, Austria during World War II. And they find home life happiness via music. And this guy, Captain Von Trapp, he had 7 children. Was it like, what was it? Like 5 daughters and 2 sons with 1 woman, and then had 4 governesses come through, and then the Maria, and then he brought in a baroness. So Maria in that sense was his 7th pick, and he ends up marrying her. But yeah, in the sense of picks, man, there we go. It took some time for the soulmate to come around, right? In going back, why did I choose to watch this? Because I have not actually, some of the people in my family absolutely adore this movie. Personally, I have not ever. So why did I go back? It's almost 3 hours long. It's 174 minutes. So it's like 2 hours and 34 minutes long. Why did I go back to watch this? I read a book recently, a 2019 autobiography of Julie Andrews. So these movie notes I took through a Julie Andrews filter per her 2019 autobiography. Does reading the book, because she talked about this movie in her book, does it kind of change my perception of it? No. Mikhail Mymenikov, Russian. He is cuter and more charismatic than Rolf, the Nazi, in this movie. Although they actually, they actually, in watching this movie and having met my Mymenikov in person twice between my last viewing of this movie and this viewing, twice, not thrice. I was watching it and I was like, he reminds me of my Mymenikov, the Rolf character, in terms of appearance. If you choose a blondie for losing your virginity based on Rolf in this movie, I kindly remind you he's a Nazi. The character, Rolf. He even goes Heil Hitler, which is why I'm going to put this in my notes on military/war books and movies, because that some people might find that phrase very triggering. So I'm bringing it up here. This is like a, if you're triggered, I did what I could. Okay, per my current channel capabilities. Okay, on this YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi, at least currently. And I'm, okay. So the last time I watched this movie was 20 years ago, in November 2004. My rating remains unchanged from then, 2 out of 5 stars. Perhaps that is because I am a virgin still. Yes, I am over 31.00 years of age, live with my parents, am on Medicaid, have never had a boyfriend, and have never been on a date, and am a virgin. My best guess is post losing my virginity, I would rate it 0 to 0.5 stars out of a possible 5. It's too loud for me. It's not my cup of tea. Not being a virgin equals being privileged. Yes, that is true. To have had sexual intercourse is a privilege. Consensually. Yeah. Okay. Perhaps I am in the minority of human beings who have not lost their virginity. Right? If stupid comes from losing one's virginity, then perhaps it is not for me. Well, unless it is my Mymenikov, Russian. Okay. And so in watching this movie, so that's my Julie Andrews filter, and then there's the Tanis filter of like The Sound of Music. So it's supposed to be about finding happiness in life through music. Okay. All right. What's my Sound of Music? And the theme here being in Austria, and like there's military, but can they find like block out the war through their music, right? They find like freedom, so to speak, from things with their music. So the sound of my music as the Tanis filter. For each of these cases, since I was not the entity's first pick, which is in tone with this movie, and sometimes not even in their top 5, they should have no problem ever publishing, not publishing / covering me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, including my name, image, and likeness. The sound of my music includes freedom from 4 things. 1. Peer-reviewed publications that published my research without me as an author, such as geophysical research letters and anything else. I shall not publish in these. Yes, this is a boycott. Shall I make a blacklist and check it each time I go to publish if that happens in the future? Possibly. Josh may have started working on that. Those publications chose Michael M, yes, initials MM, instead of me. 2. Institutions that the professor at the University of California, Berkeley, attended for school or postdoc, which includes McGill University in Canada, Harvard University in Massachusetts, and University of California in Berkeley in California. I shall not ever give a talk / presentation at any of those institutions moving forward, at least not of my consent. Those institutions chose Michael M, yes, initials MM, instead of me, especially if he is currently employed there. 3. The favorite publication of the professor at the University of California, Berkeley, the one who abused me. That's what all this is from. Freedom from that oppressor. Okay. The New York Times was his favorite publication. They shall not ever publish so much as my name, no matter the occasion. That publication chose Michael M, yes, initials MM, instead of me. 4. The funding organization that the professor at the University of California, Berkeley laundered money through, the National Science Foundation. They shall have all of their funding revoked if I ever make that call. Okay. That funding organization chose Michael M, yes, initials MM, instead of me. Now, how to enforce this? Right, that's the theme in this movie is how to enforce things, how to get the kids to do their stuff. Music. So how to enforce this, what I've just said with those 4 things. I'm going to need something stronger than writing and verbal contract, a written and verbal contract. My in-print written and verbal offer was for 5 years, and then the aforementioned professor tried to kick me out less than 3 years in. I did not honor the contract. So written and verbal contracts from the University of California, Berkeley, and MM means nothing / are meaningless, so are worthless per my experience. They are not good on their word. They are not good on their contracts, be it written, spoken, actually written contracts, whatever. They are unfaithful and not trustworthy. So there we go. So my movie notes on The Sound of Music, 1965 film, 2 November 2024 viewing. I came back to collect my golden hamster.